We are seeing how much they're going to give us for the Escalade today. How much do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be under 50,000 or over 50,000?
Over.
Is that your final answer? Okay, let's see what they come up with. Say it again.
Are there suckers
Are there suckers here? Kinda. Not the type you're wanting though, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
I'll explain later. Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So I've talked about how the new and used vehicle market continuously spirals out of control. It's continuously crumbling and getting worse. I personally foresee it getting worse before it gets better. And throughout 2024, we'll continuously see the prices of vehicles crumble downward. So instead of me just touting that and saying it over and over again on my YouTube channel and suggest to you guys that it's a good idea to buy a cheap vehicle, I'm gonna do it. So I'm walking the walk. I'm telling you, I'm doing exactly what I've been mentioning to you guys. I sold my two expensive vehicles and I sold them for as much money as I possibly could have. I still took a loss, but I was able to move them for as much as possible. So I sold our 2020 Cadillac Escalade ESV Platinum Sport Edition, as well as my 2023 Ford F-150 Raptor. You guys know that. So we got rid of our nice vehicles. And now we are down to one vehicle for the time being, not for long, but one vehicle, and it is a very affordable vehicle. So we spent $12,000 for our current family hauler. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'll show you what we're working with. So before I show you what CARMAX offered, I wanted to give you a glimpse of what Kelley Blue Book suggested I sold it for. This is the suggested private party sale price, just over $54,000, and this is exactly the exact mileage I had on it when I was getting bids, just under 40, right around 40,000 miles, just over it when I actually sold it. The suggested trade-in value was just over $51,000. This is the actual advertisement when I bought it 7 months ago. So I bought it with just right around 25,000 miles on it, and I ended up paying $69,000. But if you look at it, I mean, even at that time, it was technically, quote unquote, a good deal. This is a really clear indicator of just how big of a downward swing we've seen from the market in the last 5, 6, 7 months, right? Granted, to be fair, Escalades notoriously lose value pretty quick. That is a no-brainer. For anybody who knows cars, they know these full-size luxury SUVs lose value very fast. However, most of that loss happens generally within the first few years of driving it off the lot. So this right here, the big loss has already happened. The original MSRP was $103,000 and some change. So this here is how much CARMAX offered for the Escalade, $52,000. So quite a bit less than what I just paid for it 7 months ago. Kind of wild. And I'm kind of folding the paper to hide some of my personal information, but this is from Phil Long Ford down in Colorado Springs. So right after I got that CARMAX offer, I just popped over there and they ended up offering $53,000 for it. And well, you can see how it's kind of scratched out there. It was $53,300. They were going to pay for my Uber ride home had I sold it to them that day. But $53,300, and this is technically with it having the OEM wheels. It would have brought down the OEM wheels as I had my Vossen wheels on it at the time. So $53,000 was the offer with the stock wheels back on. Same with CARMAX. So how much did I sell it for? I was planning to drive back down to Colorado Springs. I was going to put on the stock wheels and then drive back down there and sell it for $53,000. That's what I was going to do. But I thought it wouldn't hurt to check with my local dealerships here. Historically speaking, I just didn't think they would be as competitive. But I actually did end up selling it here to the local Ford dealership, and they ended up paying just barely more. $53,500 is what I sold it for. So I'll let you do the math. I took quite a loss. I'll chalk that up to taking a bath. I took a bath on a very short-term ownership of that vehicle. But I tell you what, I am very confident that had I waited another 5, 6, 7 months, that loss would have been much larger than what I just took right there. I'm pretty confident in saying that. In worst case scenario, if I wanted to, I could technically buy that same vehicle or even a better one with a little bit less miles for less than what I just sold it for here in 5, 6, 7 months. I'm confident in saying that because I do believe that the used vehicle market is going to continuously crumble throughout 2024. The writing is on the wall totally. So now let's talk about the important piece. The vehicle that we purchased. It is right here. So this here is our new 2006 Lexus GX 470. I'm gonna show you all the details as fast as I can to wrap up this video. So here it is, a 2006 Lexus GX 470 in the flesh. So as I've said in a lot of my videos, if you're able to buy a vehicle for under 15 grand right now, I think you will be in a good position, and I mean that. Think about it. I mean, the vehicles that cost $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, those are the ones that are losing a ton of value right now. But if you're able to get into a safe, reliable vehicle for under 15 grand, that market in particular isn't being as affected in my opinion. So this $15,000 vehicle, it might lose a couple grand, but nothing that's going to be totally breaking your bank in my opinion. So the details. This particular one had just over 179,000 miles on it, which isn't terrible for 2006. And the more homework that I did on these, I've known quite a bit about it, a little bit about it, let me say that. I knew that it did have the 4.7 liter V8, which is dang near bulletproof to my understanding. And I know that there is quite the cult following on this vehicle, and for good reason. Obviously, with it being 06, you got some bumps and bruises. You can kind of see it there on the door. A couple little dings here and there. It's not perfect. It does have new tires, so that was a pleasant surprise. So I like seeing that. But, you know, just the overall shape of it is pretty iconic. I love the fender flares. And, you know, the more homework I did, I really did realize that there was quite the cult following behind this vehicle. This particular example does have, you know, clean Carfax, a clean title, of course, and that was really important to me buying a vehicle, trying to make sure it is going to be a nice, reliable, safe vehicle for my family in the meantime. It is a third row, although much more cramped compared to the Escalade, of course. I love that back end. I think that looks pretty cool. I love these tail lights. Pretty nostalgic at this point, I would say. I do love that. It is a rear swing out, kind of like what we find with the modern GX 460. I shouldn't say modern anymore, right? We've got the 550 out, but obviously a third row out back, which works well for our family. Not perfect, but it does work. Let me show you the inside. Sorry guys, I didn't really wipe it down to give you a good showing of it, but there you have it. We can fit all 4 kiddos in here at the moment, 3 across with 1 out back. A lot of headroom, which is really cool for this particular vehicle. Kind of reminds me of the 200 series Land Cruiser. I really do like that. And the front. So obviously we've got some good wear into the seat here. Look at that, nice little chunk. Someone took a bite out of that. So not perfect by any means, but I love it. I really do enjoy driving this. It feels solid. You know, I was kind of shocked to just feel how solid of a driving experience it was after 179,000 miles. Starts right up and it purrs, a very quiet drive. If you're not familiar with the GX 470s, I wasn't as much. The dashes had a problem. It was actually a recall item, apparently. The dashes crack out like that pretty badly, as you can see, all the way up and around here. So I am getting an overlay that will go on top of that, and that should be here arriving in the mail in the next couple days. So I'll kind of show you guys, if you guys are interested. I'm happy to share, you know, some of the small modifications that I'll be doing, small improvements that I'll be doing to this vehicle. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. Obviously, this is definitely different from what you would generally see on my channel, but I don't know. I'm kind of excited to have it. I'm excited to do a few little upgrades to it and just kind of make it a fun vehicle. And how much did I pay? I should have opened with that. So I ended up paying, they had it listed for $12,800. I ended up paying $11,800 for it. Clean Carfax with a pretty detailed history report with a ton of maintenance records, which I really appreciated. And real quick, let's start it up. Let you kind of hear it purr to life. So there the current mileage. And the only light on right now is the tire light. So it might be a TPMS issue. There you have it. Touchscreen, even has a reverse camera, which I was kind of shocked to see that for an 06. I think it became a requirement back in 08 for all vehicles. But yeah, definitely purrs like a kitten. I'm pleasantly surprised with it, that's for sure. So let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you think I'm crazy to have sold our very nice vehicles, you know, the Escalade and the Raptor, and gotten this this old thumper right here. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. You know, if you'd like to see more content on this like I suggested, let me know in the comment section. I'm happy to provide that, but I also know that this is not everybody's cup of tea. I want to be respectful of that. But anyway, guys, I do appreciate you watching as always. Yeah, I've seen a huge uptick in support of the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. If you haven't already considered already, I would greatly appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. It means a lot. Appreciate you watching as always. Until next time.